Let's talk Tanya for the 22nd of Teves of a leap year. We're in the middle of our discussion about a Beinoni. By now we know that the Beinoni is someone who, the godly soul, the animal soul, are both at full force, both at full strength. And in thought, speech, and action, the Beinoni is someone who is perfect. So now we're having a little better picture of what the Beinoni is. We've discussed the tzaddik on one hand, we've discussed the rasha on the other hand, and now we understand that the Beinoni is actually identical to the tzaddik in terms of behavior, in terms of the garments, in terms of thought, speech, and action. If there was a tzaddik and a Beinoni, and you were observing both of them for 5 years, you would not notice a difference between them. They're both perfect in the area of thought, speech, and action. Okay, we can't observe thought, but theoretically, if you're a mind reader, it would be the same idea. However, that's in terms of the garments. We want to say the outside, the expression of the person. In terms of the internal makeup of the person and what's going on inside, the Beinoni is identical to the rasha, meaning that because the animal soul is at full force, the Beinoni has all the issues that every single one of us contends with. Beinoni has desires, and the Beinoni has character flaws, and the Beinoni has anger management issues, and the Beinoni has jealousy, and the Beinoni has thoughts of pettiness, all of these things. Inside, like the rasha. Outside, like the tzaddik. At the end of the day, however, the Beinoni is a very remarkable person. This is a person who maintains control of their thought, speech, and action 24/7. And as we've mentioned several times, the Book of Tanya is called Sefer Shel Beinonim, the Book of Beinonim. And if this is the book for Beinonim, the question is it relevant for the rest of us? How many of us can say we are a Beinoni? Now, the answer to that is understanding that although there are we talked about 3 different outcomes to the battle, tzaddik, Beinoni, rasha, there aren't 3 different types of people. There's only 2 types of people. The people who struggle, and that includes the Beinoni and the rasha. And then there's the people who don't struggle. That's the tzaddik. And when we say that this book is the book of the Beinoni, we don't mean the book of Beinoni as opposed that it's not for the rasha. What we mean to say is it's not intended, its target audience isn't the tzaddik. Because the Tanya talks about how to deal with our struggles. The tzaddik doesn't struggle. In fact, tradition has it that the Alter Rebbe wrote another book called Sefer Shel Tzaddikim, a book of tzaddikim. We don't have it today. And that was a separate book, talking to people who don't struggle and telling them what their work is. If you don't have any struggles, the question is, and what now? What am I supposed to do now? So the Alter Rebbe addressed an entire book to them. And then there are the people who struggles. The rasha and the Beinoni are the same person. They have the same struggles. And the question is, how can I manage that despite my struggles, I should be perfect behaviorally in my thought, speech, and action? That is what this book is. Sefer Shel Beinonim is the book for strugglers and teaching them how, despite their struggles, they can be perfect in their behaviors. Beinonim as opposed to tzaddikim. So this actually, yes, is a book for anyone who struggles, which I'm assuming is pretty much everyone who's listening to this segment. Tomorrow, we will get a little of a picture of how one becomes a Beinoni, how one flexes the muscle of the mind and of the neshama.